guys, hey, welcome back from the break over the holidays. As you can tell from the little montage clip I made, we had a nice day where I was able to get the bike out and wash it, do a little maintenance on it, so that was good. But now it's back to this. So here we are in the garage. I'm going to do a quick project on here and let's get to it. Welcome back. You're watching TMV. Okay, so for perspective purposes, I brought you down beside the bike on the left side of the bike to kind of go over what I want to do here. I know in my last video I was talking somewhat about this, doing this project, or what the possibility of the next project was going to be. Either moving the dash. I want to move the dash up here, just behind this guard. I don't know if I'm going to keep this guard. As you can see, it's pretty flimsy. But for right now, what I've been wanting to do ever since I put these lower bars on here, they don't really hit. I mean, that's steering lock right there, and it's the bottom of the controls here is touching the plastics. It's not a big deal, but my hand is kind of crowded to the plastics. Not that I ever really need to turn that far, especially while riding, maneuvering the bike around in a parking lot. I mean, I kind of touch my hands on the side. It's not a big deal, but just for the aesthetics, for the looks of it, for handling, and to kind of alleviate some of that issue, these risers are pretty tall and they're swept back. So what I want to do is lower these bars and move them forward a little bit by putting lower risers, lower straight risers on here. And what I have in mind for that, I'll show you in a second. But just to take a second to talk about the bike, I know everybody's probably wanting to see what I would do to relocate the dash. I haven't really nailed it down yet, and I don't know if I want to keep this, so the two kind of play off of each other, because I want to mount this right behind where this shield is. So if I end up making a new shield or wind deflector, whatever you want to call this, I may integrate the mount for this into that. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet, so that's why we're not doing it yet. Also, there's going to be another project kind of tidying up the tail tidy that I made, the homemade fender eliminator for free. I'm going to be doing some modifications to the turn signal mounts and just some general cleanup on it. Some of the parts that I had, the metal parts that I had cut and bent, I didn't repaint or anything, and there's a little bit of rust on there, so I'm going to get that cleaned up, painted, and remount the rear turn signals so they're a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more sleek. So yeah, for right now, we're just relocating the handlebars. So let's get over and show you what I'm having in mind here. Now I know, you guys are probably thinking, oh no, now there's dumb dual sport bikes again, but this is what brought me to this idea. So if you've seen my old videos, you know what this bike is. Probably hoping I don't bore you with another gas tank restoration video. They are coming, don't worry. For my newer subscribers that are here because of my FZ07, you're probably not going to really enjoy those videos. Maybe you will, I don't know. Anyways. So what we have here, this is the Chinese dirt bike. You can go back and see videos I've done on this. It's like really torn apart right now. And then this, of course, is my adventure dual sport bike. the thing with these is that the performance, it's a lot better for adventure riding if you have the bars a little taller and back towards you. This has really short, stubby risers on it, so the bar is pretty short too. So I may actually put the stock FZ07 bar on here and the stock FZ07 risers on here in an effort to bring these bars up and back towards me. Hensely, I need to put shorter risers on the FZ07. Thinking I'm actually going to use the ones off of the Chinese dirt bike. They're a little bit cleaner and they're silver already. So I'm probably going to go with those and put those on the FZ07, put the FZ07 risers on here. I'm not going to go into that in this video. I'm just going to take these off and try to put them on the FZ07. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so we're actually a few days later now in the video, but through the magic of internet and editing, it's only been a second to you. So in the middle of making this video, life interrupted and I had to put the project on hold. In that time frame, the project has evolved a little bit. So all I was doing was moving the bars down and forward, as you would have just seen, and then holding off on relocating the dash. However, I decided to take the windscreen off and move the dash anyways. So that's what we're doing now. And I could have made this into a whole different video, but then how would the old video have ended? And I'm just doing it now. The conceptual phase started with a lot of staring and deep thought, and went from this to this to this to this to this, and ending up like this. Okay guys, we are finally done with this project. I've been wanting to get this dash moved forward on the bike since I first test rode this bike. So this has been a long time coming. That's been my biggest pet peeve with this design, is where the dash was located. I think it turned out excellent. There's only one other thing I've seen on the market that allows you to relocate your dash, and it's like a billet bracket that's way down up here. So I think this looks awesome. It turned out well, I think. I ended up leaving that hole in the middle there. It's kind of weird, but it's not that noticeable, just because I was lazy. But what else is new? The bars feel good. They're a little bit further forward. It is noticeable. I did take it for a ride. It makes the bike feel bigger because your hands are forward a little bit more. But yeah, that's one of the last major projects I had planned for the bike. I gotta tidy up the tail tidy a little bit. I'm probably not gonna show that. I might show it after it's done, but I'm not gonna show a video of me doing it. The next big thing is the exhaust. So I have some ideas for what I'm gonna do. I'm sure it's gonna be all kinds of controversy, because you guys love to converse over exhaust and the engine and intake and all that stuff. Whatever, let's do it. In other news, a while back in a video I had mentioned, because last year I took this bike on a bit of a road trip right after I got it, pretty much, all over central Washington, and did a lot of motorcycle camping and stuff like that. That footage is kind of incomplete as far as putting it together into a series or something like that. However, I do have a lot of footage that I could edit together and probably do a lot of voiceover with and make something probably interesting. I did pose a question in a video whether you guys wanted to see that or not. A few of you responded yes. and so that's probably what's going to come out next. The caveat to that is, and the reason that I haven't put it up yet, is my brother was with me for part of the ride. There's a lot of personal, emotional stuff that happened that affected the ride and affected my relationship with my brother. So I was contemplating whether to address that, whether to put up the footage at all. So I've decided I will address it. I won't go into a lot of detail, but yeah, so that's what's going to be coming out next. And I did get out for a little bit of a ride today because it was sunny and dry. It probably wasn't the safest though, because there was potential for ice on the roads. It's still down in freezing temperatures. So I don't know how many riding videos I'm gonna be able to get out, as much as I possibly can. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.